Trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you. And before deciding to invest in foreign exchange, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. It is Monday, September 12th, 2011. I'm Rob Booker. I'm here with Scott Welsh, and you are looking at the Watchlist webinar for the Bossilator traders. And a new radar screen was just released today, and this is the template for what we are building here. It shows a whole bunch of currency pairs, the most recent bid price, and then the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and 60 minute Bossilator readings on all those pairs. And we are now collecting data so that we can also show you the 4-hour Bossilator readings. This is a very quick way to immediately size up what trades you want to take and what chart you want to look at. And as you can see here, Scott, I sorted it by the 5 minute charts, and there's quite a few of them on the 5 minute chart that are overextended and maybe perhaps prepared for a reversal on that 5 minute chart. But there's a whole bunch on the 15 minute chart as well. Yeah, those are some super big numbers. So I thought maybe what I would look at tonight, Scott, is I would pull up a Euro Aussie and a Euro Canadian chart, and we could take a look at those two charts in the currency market, one from the 5 minute perspective and one from the 15 minute perspective. And Scott, your microphone and your microphone might be really close to your speakers. This is the Euro Canadian dollar right here. It's been away on the 5 minute chart from the 800 period simple moving average for 1,257 bars. Now, ordinarily, you would hear me talking about trend trades, but tonight I'm going to show you a counter trend trade possibility on this currency pair. It's a simple trend line drawn across the tops of these most recent candles. And if the currency pair breaks above that trend line, I think it's going to make a run for the 800 period simple moving average, which is 126 pips away from where we are right now. So for those of you that are interested in the counter trend trading version of what we do, this is my favorite counter trend trade on the currency chart setup right now. Scott, what methodology or what would you say about this right here? So for those of you watching the recording, what we're looking at right here is a 15 minute Euro Aussie chart that looks like the 5 minute Euro Canadian chart that we just saw. And in each case, there's a trend line that in the Euro Canadian's case has not yet been broken. And in the case of the Euro Aussie, it's already been broken and the currency pair has already made its way up toward the 800. One is an example of something that's on the way to finishing up right now. And the Euro CAD is an example of one that's just getting set up and is still ready for you to consider. And I like it a whole lot. I wouldn't take it until this trend line is broken. But after that point in time, it'd be game on for me. I'd have no problem whatsoever taking that trade. And if we look a little bit longer term, Scott, you can even see that there's another trend line on a little bit of a longer term chart that matches up quite nicely with the position of the 800 period simple moving average right now. Version. Scott brings up a good point. If you're trading stocks on the Bossilator, there are a couple points that we want to make. Number one, the 1 minute chart is absolutely fantastic. There's no problem trading from the 1 minute chart. The more I look at it, the more I want to open up a brokerage account and start trading this on the 1 minute chart. Scott also mentions again that he keeps a running watch list for stocks that is comprised of stocks with good fundamentals. in essence, what we're looking for is for a stock with good fundamentals to fall in price far enough and long enough that on the 1-minute chart, it becomes overextended on the Bossilator. And in other words, it goes on sale. Then you get a bunch of value people all over the world that say, wow, that dip in that stock is a good time to buy. And Scott mentioned today that DLB made a new low for the day, as well as presenting us with a regular stochastic crossover, a bullish crossover that gave a buy trade around this area here where his cursor is right now on the chart in front of you, and a target of the 800 period simple moving average, and a stop loss down there. So we're talking about a stop loss. Let's even say that it's a 50-cent stop loss, which is ridiculous. It's way further than the line he drew on the chart here. Let's just say it was a 50. I mean, whatever, Scott, right? I mean, it never got even close to that number. And then the profit target at the 800. This is clear sailing all the way up here, and it's a stock with good fundamentals. It's a company that has reasonably sound fundamentals that had been temporarily beaten down by external market conditions. And we found it on sale with a Bossilator reading of 750. We got an entry, a precise entry at a stochastic crossover after having made a new low for the day. We minimized our risk. We're talking about a situation here with a risk of, let's say, 20 cents and a gain possibly of 40, 65 cents or something like that. So a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio or better. I'm going to resume the recording now for those of you that are joining us on the recorded version. You can see on the chart in front of me that we're still looking at the EURUSD, and it's not a surprise that no trade has been entered, and it's going to take a while for this to enter a trade. At the bottom of my screen, you'll see Expert Advisor open in MetaTrader, and I want to let you know that Wes Walton, who has worked with me for years and years and years, works back in the home office on the East Coast of the United States. Today, completed initial development of an Expert Advisor to trade the Bossilator using the trend trade technique that I prefer the most, waiting for it to get a reading of 200, then waiting for a retracement, and then a good regular old stochastic cross of some kind. And I have been spending part of my day today running through the process of testing that Expert Advisor that will eventually be able to send you an email alert. Will eventually also take a trade for you if you're wild enough to want to do that. And this is in late stage testing development and should be available within a week or so for those of you that can't watch the charts for 24 hours a day. This should be ready pretty soon for you. And I'm really excited that if all you really wanted to do is send you an alert when something's ready, you can do that. But also it can take trades as well. And the initial tests on the simplest version of it, Scott, are turning out to be very encouraging. So I look forward to sharing more details about that through the week as I have them. And you still had Scott's screen, so let's switch over to me as the presenter. The recorded version will have shown my screen, but let's just show my screen right now. You can see here at the bottom of my MetaTrader screen, you can see the Expert Advisor Strategy Tester window, and we'll just maybe run a test for a short period of time here. Let's just run maybe June of 2011 on the 5-minute chart. We're just trend trading using the Bossilator. It gets to 200 candles, and then it starts to take trades. You can see here, here's the graph, here's the report. It only took 4 trades during that. Oh, that's right. June has a gap in the market, so it prevents it from running correctly. So it doesn't actually trade the whole month of June. Let's go to July and run this bad boy. 5-minute chart. You can see here that the graph at the bottom of the screen is just tracking the trades as they are taken. The results section shows the trades as they are taken as well. And I've just been running some tests all day long, spot checking on different currency pairs, different time frame charts. And this is the trend trade version of the Bossilator, and I'll be testing additional versions throughout this week and talking to you more about it as we meet together. Most of the past webinars have been recorded for those of you that are wondering if you've missed them. Every future webinar will be recorded, and you will probably never miss another one ever again. Let's look at this set of results right here. Here's the results trade by trade. Not very many trades taken in this month either. It looks like this one shut off as well, so I'll have to go back and check and see what's going on here. And that's why I'm saying we are having some problems getting this to run properly and take all the trades that it's supposed to take. But we'll get there over time. Anything that you'd like to ask, Scott?
I'm very excited about the advisor. I like it for the discipline of it. I can't take my own trades. I mean, I can, but the alerts, the fact that I don't say it, and the ability to take the trade perfectly, I'm very excited about your or your EAs. Looking forward to how that turns out.
Excellent. If there are any other questions, we'd love to hear them. I'm running another version of it. So that the TradeStation radar screen is fixed. Is that correct? And the answer to that question is yes. It is fixed finally. Is that right?
It's fixed. It works now. Absolutely.
Yep. So we'll be posting that shortly for those of you that use TradeStation. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. And are there any other questions that are on the home page? Still on Scott's screen. Will the EA be provided, or it will be an additional cost? I don't know yet, Alan. It's a good question. I'm thinking about it right now. It just depends on how much additional time it takes to get to making it. But Alan, are you an experienced MetaTrader expert advisor type person? Let us know. Talk to me here. I'd love to have you help us run some tests on it and be sort of a guinea pig on a demo account. Not experienced. Okay. Well, I do need some help with running that and would very much look forward to help and assistance in doing so. But let's just see. This one's still running here. Let's see. Have only used MetaTrader in the last 5 months. Well, that's enough experience that you know, it'll make sense to you when it comes out. For those of you watching the recorded version of this webinar, it stops now. So thank you for joining us.